In the mystical kingdom of Arthelon, surrounded by enchanted forests where magic breathed in every leaf and shadow, there lived Selene, a powerful fairy with the ability to shapeshift. Over the centuries, Selene had walked among humans, wearing countless faces, her true form hidden. Her kind could only love once, but love for fairies always carried a curse. It would end in tragedy. Thus, Selene avoided entanglements of the heart, choosing instead to observe the mortal world from a safe distance. But fate, as it often does, had other plans. Selene found herself as a servant in the grand castle of Prince Kale. Once a celebrated warrior and heir to the throne, Kale was now cursed to live as a beast each night, a punishment for the coldness in his heart. His towering form, a grotesque mix of man and creature, prowled the castle halls under the cover of darkness, while by day he wore the face of the handsome yet bitter man he had always been. The servants whispered tales of his cruelty, of his arrogance that had earned the wrath of an ancient enchantress. His curse would only be lifted if he found love, not love that was given out of pity or duty, but true, selfless love. Selene kept to the shadows, curious about the beastly prince. She watched him from afar, seeing the layers of his torment. Beneath his snarling facade, she glimpsed fleeting moments of regret, the way his hand hovered over a flower before crushing it, the sorrowful way he stared at his reflection in the darkened windows. One night, while Selene wandered the castle gardens under her true form, her luminous wings shimmering in the moonlight, she encountered the beast. Kale snarled, his monstrous form towering over her. "Who are you to trespass here?" Unfazed, Selene looked into his glowing amber eyes. "I could ask the same of you, Prince. Are you not trespassing upon your own humanity?" Her words struck him like a blade. For the first time, someone had spoken to him without fear or pity. Intrigued, Kale didn't attack. Instead, he demanded her name. "I am Selene, a servant in your castle," she replied, masking her identity. From that night, their interactions grew. Kale, curious and drawn to her calm strength, began seeking her out. Selene, in turn, listened to his stories of guilt, his memories of a time when he was adored by his people before arrogance consumed him. Slowly, she began to see the man hidden beneath the beast. Against her better judgment, Selene's heart softened. One fateful evening, Selene ventured into the forbidden west wing of the castle and discovered the origins of Kale's curse. A shattered mirror reflected the beast's anguished form, while a withered rose, encased in glass, sat at the center of the room. Its petals were nearly gone, a grim reminder that time was running out. The curse wasn't just a punishment for Kale's cruelty, it was a test of his capacity for redemption. When Kale found her there, he revealed the truth. "I was once a man who cared for no one but myself. My pride destroyed everything I touched. The enchantress cursed me to live as the monster I truly was inside. If I cannot change, I will remain this way forever." Selene's heart ached for him. She realized that she was falling in love with Kale, not the prince he once was, but the flawed, broken man who was trying to be better. As their bond deepened, Selene knew that her love for Kale could break the curse. But she also understood the price. A fairy's love was a powerful force, one that came with a steep cost. If she gave her heart fully, she would fade from existence, her essence consumed by the magic of the sacrifice. On the night the last petal was set to fall, Kale stood before her, his beastly form trembling. "Selene, I don't deserve your kindness. You should leave before I hurt you." But Selene stepped closer, her voice steady. "You're not the beast they say you are, Kale. You've proven that through your struggle, through your regret, and through the kindness I've seen in you. I believe in you." As the final petal dropped, Selene reached out and placed her hands on Kale's chest, her magic surging through him. A brilliant light engulfed the room as the curse shattered. Kale's monstrous form melted away, revealing the man he had become, a prince humbled by love and loss. But when the light faded, Selene collapsed, her form flickering like a dying flame. "Selene," Kale cried, cradling her in his arms. She smiled weakly, her voice barely a whisper. "You were worth it, Kale. Be the man your kingdom needs, the man I knew you could be." With those final words, Selene's body dissolved into shimmering stardust, her magic returning to the enchanted forest she had called home. Kale wept, his heart heavy with both grief and gratitude. He vowed to honor her sacrifice, ruling with compassion and humility. Stories of Selene's love spread across the kingdom, and her name became legend. In the heart of the forest, where her magic lingered, wildflowers bloomed year-round, a reminder of the fairy who gave everything to save a man and his kingdom. And on quiet nights, Kale would wander the castle gardens, looking to the stars, where he swore he could still feel her presence. Moral of the story: true love is selfless, transformative, and eternal. It has the power to redeem even the darkest of hearts, but it often requires the greatest sacrifice.